Hi, my name is Keirnin, and I'm a registered dietitian and intuitive card reader. I wanted to come on for my first set of videos and talk about the Taurus new moon that's happening tomorrow, May 19th, 2023, and really just go through each sign and intuitively read off of some cards that what you need to know. What health messages do you need to know based on your sun/rising sign? So that is what we are going to go through today, and we're going to start with Aries. Okay, so hello there, my fellow Aries sun or rising signs. I am an Aries rising, so the cards that I pulled for you today resonated very much with me. But I did want to give a shout out to the cards that I'm going to be using. So this is the Chakra Goddess deck. Hopefully you can see this. It's probably backwards. And it's by the Divine Maven, which is actually, her name is Jessica, I hope I say it right, Huto. And I actually found her through a friend of mine, and she recommended for her to for me to follow her based on like spiritual stuff. And so I ended up finding her and loved the card she was using. So that's what we're going to use today. Really resonated with that. So Aries, sun and rising. The first card that I pulled, actually two popped out. And the first one I got is the solar plexus chakra. And then it's lead with love and step into your power. So it's backwards, but you can see it. It's a beautiful, see how her hands are up to the sky. She's just really coming from love. This one right here, I want to talk about, but first I want to give you the second card. So this one's from the heart chakra. So see the love and the heart chakra we're kind of seeing there. And this one is boundaries. This is a really big one. This is a lesson I have been learning as an Aries rising for the past 6-7 months, where I had to set boundaries in friendships, marriage, with my kids, with my family, with my work. And this one really resonated. So what do these two cards mean? And what do you need to know as an Aries sun or rising? Whatever you're going through right now, know that you're not alone. And that if you are going through a difficult situation, just know that you need to lead with love. Make sure that the decisions that you're making are from love of yourself and love of the passion that you're trying to put out into the world. And when I say love of yourself, that's where this boundaries card comes in. Okay. You need to set boundaries on work, relationships, everything, right? So you need to be able to stand in your power, hold not only leading with love for yourself, but for others as well. So whatever difficult situation you're going through, just know that the way to get through it is to follow your heart, to set those boundaries with people in a positive way. And you don't have to set a boundaries. I know that Aries, we can be a little bit like in your face and aggressive at times when we say things, but I think if you lead with love while you're setting your boundaries and say it in a way that's not so harsh, you're going to find that setting boundaries is easy for both you and whatever you're setting them against. So for instance, I'm going to say I was setting boundaries with friends. For years, this is my story. For years, I have picked friends that have walked all over me so that I could fit into the right crowd. And I have allowed people to lie to me, disrespect me, talk behind my back, and just do things that true friends wouldn't do. And I will say within the last 6 months, I've grown so much because I finally set a boundary with someone and it exploded. The reason it exploded was because I never set boundaries before then. And this wasn't a true friend for me. It wasn't a good fit. Are they a bad person? Absolutely not. They're a great person. But I finally saw my worth and how I was doing something through love to provide something for someone that they said they wanted. And I set a boundary in order to continue to supply that gift, that leading with love. And it didn't go over well. And that's okay. That's where you find your most growth. So for my Aries sun and my Aries rising, AKA also me, follow your love, follow your heart, set those boundaries, whether it's in work and you need to say, hey, I'm not checking my emails at 6 a.m. when I wake up. I'm going to wait until I'm on the clock, salaried or not. But lead with love. If your boss is messaging you at 6 a.m. to start working on a patient, because I come from clinical, I'm a dietitian, you don't need to work then. Okay. It's okay that that patient, that boss needs to learn that that is not part of the work hours that you signed up for and not the contract that you signed up for. So, Aries, I wish you all the love in the world. It's time for you to set some boundaries but be nice about it. Okay. Thank you for being here. See you next time. Hello, my Taurus rising or Taurus sun babies out there. So today I'm pulling from the Chakra Goddess by the Divine Maven, also known as Jessica Hutto. Hope I'm saying her name right. I was introduced to her through a mutual friend who thought she would be great for me in my business. And what I ended up finding is I liked her as a person, but also her deck that she created. Love it. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Taurus, sun, and rising. What is the health message that you need to know for this Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023? And the card that I got, excuse me, is words of abundance. The card itself says shift your energy by shifting your language to one of abundance. Now, when we think of abundance, Taurus, we typically think of material things, especially you as a Taurus, right? Material things, money, the Gucci bags, the Jimmy Choo shoes. Here's the thing. Abundance doesn't just include material items and money. It doesn't. So your health message here is that if whatever you're struggling with, whether it's weight management, whether it's a thyroid issue, diabetes, or, honestly, sepsis in your body, like we're going to go crazy. I'm a dietitian here, right? So we're just going to go crazy. Whatever health issue that you're currently focused on and trying to work on, focus on your abundance. So what does that mean? That means if you're someone who has a really tough time with body dysmorphia, right? I know a lot of us women do, okay? This is telling you to focus on the positives of your body, and it's the throat chakra. So speak it into existence. This is something where you will stand in front of a mirror, clothed, unclothed, whatever works best for you to start, wherever your comfort zone is. Stand in a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and tell your body what it's doing right. Use that throat chakra to speak words of positive affirmations and abundance. So some of the things that I do when my body dysmorphia kicks up is I will look at myself in the mirror clothed, because if I'm unclothed, I'm just it's not going to go well. It's going to snowball, but I'll put something on that I feel comfortable in, and I'll look at myself in the eyes and I will tell myself, thank you, body, for processing the lunch that I had today and nourishing me so that I have the energy I need to go work in a kindergarten classroom. Thank you, body, for allowing me to be able to walk when so many people can't walk anymore and they're in wheelchairs or they have their legs cut off. Thank you, body, for the air that you're allowing me to breathe in today. Or thank you, body, for the eyesight that I have so that I can read my favorite book or watch my favorite television show. You see how simple it is? You speak words of affirmation, of abundance about yourself, and you will find that the abundance of the health you're trying to get to is more likely to happen, because when we speak gratitude into the world, the universe, God, they give it back to us. And it doesn't just give it back to us in health, if that's what you're focused on right now. If you sit back and are gracious and thankful for all the things that in your life, even when your life is shit, you can find things, right? So if you sit back and you're feeling gracious and grateful for those things, you will be provided for, including improvement in your health. Speak those positive affirmations and see what happens for you on this Taurus new moon. All right. Hello, my Gemini suns and Gemini risings. Happy birthday to my fellow Geminis, as my birthday is coming up in a couple of weeks. We're almost into Gemini season. So close. It's a new moon in Taurus tomorrow, May 19th, 2023. And then we're going to just go ahead and slide into my favorite time of year, Gemini season. Today, we're going to bring to you, I intuitively pulled some cards. Man, that word got me, about what health message does Gemini sun and Gemini risings, what do they need to know? We're going to be using the Chakra Goddess cards by the Divine Maven, aka Jessica Hutto. Like I said, I hope I'm saying her name correctly. I met her through a friend who thought she could help me with my business and ended up just following her on Facebook, saw her using these cards, and I think they're absolutely amazing, and I've really resonated with them. So the card that I pulled for you, my Gemini sun and Gemini risings, is in the throat chakra, and it's clear intentions. You can see it right there. See that card? I think this one speaks volumes being a Gemini sun, because Geminis, we tend to be multi-passionate, right? It's hard for us to focus on one thing. We tend to know a lot, even a lot or a little about a lot of different things, right? We know, maybe the term is know a little about a lot of different things. And we tend to be like the best, like multitaskers. Like we want to do all the things. The problem is right now is whatever you're manifesting or whatever you're trying to work on with your health, you need to get clear. You need to focus on one thing and one thing only. So for instance, if you are trying to lose weight and you've decided to join a boot camp, get a meal plan, meal prep, get the medication, follow all the things, it's too much. You need to slow down, get clear about what you're really trying to do, get realistic about the expectations that you have, and you need to focus on one thing only. So even though that we are great multitaskers, Gemini, guess what? Multitasking really is a lie. And when it comes to health, one of the biggest things I see with as a registered dietitian working with clients is that people come in and they think that they're going to make these great strides super fast. So for instance, it's that whole thought process that like, well, Joe down the street lost 30 pounds in a month, so I can do it too. Well, here's the deal. That's not realistic. That's not good for everybody. And really, that's probably not good for Joe down the street. You need to be slow and steady. You need to focus on one thing. Focus on one habit change that you need to make today. So get clear on your health intentions. What are you trying to change in regards to your health, and focus on one small habit? If you need help with habit changes, go to my Instagram. I have tons of stuff on there. You can figure it out. If you need someone to work with, go to my Instagram and you can look at it there. This isn't the place for it though. All right. So Gemini, get clear, focus on one thing, stop trying to multitask your health into good health. Thanks for being here. Hello, my Cancer suns and Cancer risings. This is going to be your card reading for whatever health issue you need to know, whatever health information you need to know for the Taurus new moon tomorrow, May 19th, 2023. Today, we're going to use the Chakra Goddess cards. I absolutely love them. Found the Divine Maven, Jessica Huto, on Instagram through a friend. Absolutely love her cards. So we're going to get right into it. I first pulled the Priestess archetype, and I just couldn't figure out exactly what you needed to know. So I had to pull a clarifier, and what I ended up pulling was unlimited ideas right here. So these are the two cards. All right. So what's happening, what I feel that's happening with Cancer is that they need to speak up and they need to be authentic. You need to realize that whatever health goal you're trying to meet right now, you're not going to get there by following what someone else you know did to do it. Like, so if you know somebody, for instance, like if you know someone who had weight loss surgery, let's say, and you're trying to lose weight, that may not be the path for you. And that's where there's unlimited ways or ideas to get where you're going. And just because your best friend had weight loss surgery and was able to lose the weight doesn't mean that that's authentic and good for you. You need to step into your power and you need to find what works for you. So stop looking at all the Instagram things, all the YouTube channels, all the TikToks. Stop asking your friends, your family what you should do. And you really need to connect within and find what you need to do, what's authentic to you. And there's so many ways, unlimited ideas, unlimited ways to get where you're going. But I think you kind of have tunnel vision right now in regards to your health. You're trying to get there by doing what others have done. And we are in a time where you're not going to get there by doing that. So what is it that you need to change with your health? What are you working towards? And meditate on it. Ask, what can I do to get to what I want? And just meditate and listen. And your body knows what it needs, and it's likely not what your best friend's doing. So that is your health message for this Taurus new moon. Hello, my Leo suns and Leo risings. This is what you need to know about meeting your health goals or whatever health thing you've got going on or don't have going on. This is what you need to know for this Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023. We're going to be using the Chakra Goddess cards. Absolutely love them. Found her through a friend. Found her on Instagram, the Divine Maven. Love her. Highly recommend her content's great, right? So the card that I got for you is worthiness. Okay. You see it right there? Worthiness. And just so you know, that's the sacral chakra. It kind of tells you at the top. So if you're into chakras, take a look at that and see what you need to work with. But the card says you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in an entire drop. So what does that mean in regards to your health? When we're talking about health and wellness, I'm talking about the whole thing. But a lot of us, when we think of health and wellness, we think of diet and exercise. That is not enough. There's spirituality, there's relationships, there's mental health, there's physical health, there's nutritional health. There are so many different facets to overall wellness. And whatever it is that you're working on right now, you are worthy. You are worthy. I want you to sit with that. And in fact, that's your new affirmation. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to say, I am worthy of X, whatever it is, right? Just know that whatever you're worthy of, whether it's being able to walk without pain, whether it's you're being able to manage your blood sugars or lose the weight, whatever it is, you are worthy of it. Excuse my face itches. You're worthy of it. You deserve it. It is your divine right when you came down here. So what do you need to do to get there? You need to love yourself. That is the message that I am getting for Leos. Not a Leo, sorry. Don't know where that came from. But that is the message. You need to love yourself. And you need to use the affirmation, I am worthy of X. That is what you need to be doing for this new moon in Taurus in regards to your health. And just know that you are worthy of what you want. Thank you for being here. Hello, my Virgo suns and Virgo risings. I have a little heart for you. I'm raising a Virgo right now. And the card that I pulled for this Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023, in regards to your overall health and what you need to hear and how you can work through whatever you need to work through and be the healthiest person, was forgiveness. But before I go into that, I want to talk about the fact that I'm using the Chakra Goddess cards here by the Divine Maven. I was introduced to her through a mutual friend, and I've absolutely loved using her cards. So we used them for this month. Your card is forgiveness. All right, Virgos. And resentment is the stagnant energy. Let it flow to let your desires flow. So look at this beautiful card right here. Absolutely love these cards. Virgo, you're very critical. You can be. And although you come off, or you can come off as very critical of others, you're more critical of yourself. Right now, what are you criticizing yourself about? What part of your health journey are you being critical about? What are you blaming yourself for? If I didn't eat those cookies, I wouldn't have put on a pound of fat. If I would just get my lazy butt up in the morning and go to the gym, I'd feel so much better. If I stopped doom scrolling at night and got some rest, maybe I wouldn't be so tired and need caffeine in the morning. What is it that you are blaming yourself for? And what do you need to forgive yourself for? So what? You doom scrolled last night. You're freaking tired today. What can you do today to not do that tonight? Ask yourself these questions. And one of the biggest things that I teach as a registered dietitian, and I teach a lot of mindful eating, one of the biggest things we talk about is giving yourself grace. What do you need to forgive yourself for in order to move on and give yourself grace for? That is your message. Journal about it, talk it out if that's what you need to do with someone, but what is the thing that you need to forgive yourself for so that you can move on and stop the vicious cycle of whatever is not the best habit that you have. All right. Thank you for being here. And this is your card for the Taurus new moon. Hello, my Libra sun and Libra rising babies. Today we are going to be talking about the Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023. What do you need to know about your health? What's around your health? What can help you around your health? What do you need to know? We're going to be using the Chakra Goddess cards by the Divine Maven. I was introduced to her on Instagram through a mutual friend, fell in love with her cards, contacted her directly, and I bought these, and I will tell you they are gorgeous. So today, the card that I got for you, my Libra babies, was the throat chakra It's okay to say no. Look how beautiful that card is. Absolutely gorgeous. Say no to anything that doesn't feel aligned. All right, my Libras. Wellness is more than physical exercise and nutrition. Wellness is mental health, spiritual health, relationships, and in all of that are boundaries. So, are you spending a lot of time telling people yes? Are you people pleasing? What have you been saying yes to that really is a big fat no? And at the end of the day, it's actually wearing on your mental health or your physical health. What is it? Think about whatever it is right now that you have said yes to that has really drained on you. So, for example, I am a recovering people pleaser, still fall into the trap, right? And if, let's say, I get a birthday invitation for one of my daughters, and here's the thing, that weekend, I already know we're going to be tired because that whole week we have XYZ going on. There's just every night has something. But the people pleaser in me is like, oh my gosh, I can't say no. Like, my daughter's going to be devastated. She wants to go. But realistically, that's like not her best friend. It's just like a random invite to this party, right? The other thing is that I am the type of mom that will go to parties and stay. I don't drop off and leave. I don't trust human beings anymore. I've had some experiences as a child where I don't leave my kids' places. Very few places do they actually get to go and stay without a parent present. So I had to say no, right? That is part of emotional, physical, spiritual, the whole shebang, mental health. Because if I were to take my kid to that party, not only would she be exhausted because she's had a whole freaking week of doing stuff, but also I would be exhausted and I'd be drained by the people around me because I'm trying to make sure my kid's okay, but I'm also trying to be kind to people. And it's just too much after a long week. So what is it currently that you need to say no to so that you can focus on something else, some other part of your spiritual health? Do you need to say no to a networking event because you need to go home, take a bath, read a book for your own emotional health? The answer is no. You need to do what's best for you. So set those boundaries, feel good about it, and work on those people-pleasing tendencies, and just say no when it's not aligned. Thank you for being here. All right. Hello, my Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings. Today, we're going to be talking about the new moon in Taurus on May 19th, 2023. We're going to be using the Chakra Goddess cards by the Divine Maven. Absolutely beautiful cards. Found her through a friend, ordered them direct from her. They have been great. But the card that I pulled for you, Scorpios, was prosperity. And at first glance, when we're talking about health routine, health habits, this card threw me off for a minute. I had to sit with it. But what ultimately came to me was whatever habit, healthy habit you're trying to work on, whatever you're trying to do within your health to better it, it's on its way. It's coming. You just got to keep going. And consistency is the word that keeps popping up, is you need to be consistent. So if you're trying to get up to work out in the morning because you want to lose weight, have more muscles, look leaner, whatever the case may be, I hate using the weight loss stuff, but it's the easiest to kind of talk about and relate to for people. If you're already doing it and you're waking up and you're going for a walk every morning, be consistent in it. Because the more you do it and the more consistent you are with whatever you're working on, it's coming. It's coming. And it's going to take a little bit of time because anything related to our health is never overnight. Thinking of burnout, if you have burnout right now, it takes time. Takes years actually to recover from burnout. I would say I was in burnout for years. And I would say in the last year, I've been working really hard to recover from burnout. And I feel like I'm finally at a point where I can manage it. And I'm not recovered, but I can recognize when those symptoms and the cortisol and the anxiety is rising up within me, and I have the tools to kind of help bring it down. So it's not done being healed, but burnout really does take years. So whatever it is that you're working on, it's coming. Continue to be consistent and you will receive whatever it is you're working on. Have a great day and thanks for being here. Hello, my Sagittarius suns and Sagittarius risings. Man, that's a tough one for me to say. So today we're going to be using the Chakra Goddess deck by the Divine Maven. You can find her on Instagram. I think her name is Jessica Hutto, Hutto, probably saying it wrong. I'm sorry, Jessica. But I was introduced to her on Instagram from a mutual friend. She posted these cards and fell in love with them. They're absolutely gorgeous. So interestingly enough, the card that I got for you today is the same that Taurus got, which is the Words of Abundance card. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the throat chakra. The card says, shift your energy by shifting your language to one of abundance. When we think of abundance, oftentimes we think of material things. We think of money, houses, cars, clothes, fancy bags, fancy shoes. But really, when it comes to abundance, it's actually everything. You are abundant in every single way of your life, and you need to find where you're abundant. So your message in regards to this Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023, and your overall health and how to help it is to speak words of abundance. You need to either, I'm hearing write down, you need to write down what you're thankful for daily, or you need to speak it into the mirror. The Taurus one would like speak into the mirror, but you might just need to write it down. Find whatever works for you to really be gracious and grateful for what you have. So when we're saying abundance, you can be thankful for the 5 minutes you're allowed to meditate in the morning. You can be thankful for the ability to walk when so many can't. You can be thankful for the fact that you can taste food and smell food. You can be thankful for the fact that you're able to eat food. You can be thankful for the fact that you're able to read because your eyesight isn't bad, or your hair grows, or you can get your hair done because you can afford to, or whatever the case may be. There are so many ways that you can be thankful and abundant, even on your crappiest day. So what is it about your current health situation that you need to be thankful for? Because when we are thankful and we are grateful for the things that we already have, the universe, God, source, whatever you call it, it tends to bring more abundance to you, more clarity to you. So speak it into a mirror in your eyes, put it on sticky notes on your mirror would be a good one. Like, I am so thankful that I woke up this morning. I am thankful for the mile that I can run. Whatever it is, speak words of abundance about yourself. What do you have that so many people don't, that you could be thankful for? So Sagittarius, I hope that this helped you, and thank you for being here. Hello, my Capricorn suns and rising signs. Today we're going to be doing the new moon in Taurus, kind of like your health reading, but not really like what do you need to do to continue on your health journey. Today we're using the Chakra Goddess cards by the Divine Maven. Absolutely love these cards. I'll show you your card in a minute. They're beautiful. I got it directly from her, Jessica Hutto. I think it's like Hutto. Found her on Instagram through a friend and fell in love with her cards. And I use them when I feel called to use them. So I almost forgot who I was talking to. Capricorns. I apologize. So today your card is from the solar plexus and you got the warrior archetype. Can you see that? So brave, confident, and takes action. So what I'm hearing for you and feeling for you right now is it's time for you to take action. What have you not been doing that you should be doing? What habits do you know you need to change and you're not changing them? What habits do you know you need to change and you're not changing them? You need to take action. It is time. This is the best time, right? So are you sleeping not enough and you need to get to bed earlier and stop scrolling so much? What do you need to do? Do you need to eat a little bit more veggies instead of, loading up on the meat or the potatoes or whatever? And if you need nutrition advice, I am a registered dietitian. Go to my Instagram page. This isn't for this right now in these readings, but whatever it is that you are trying to do, you intuitively already know what actions you need to take, and pick one. There's probably a bunch because we all have things we could change about our health, right? Pick one small one, and do it. Take the action you need to take so that you can live a healthy life. That is what I got for you today, Capricorn. So what action do you need to take? Make it a small one so that you can keep it and be consistent with it, and then continue to build on it. because now's the time. Thank you for being here, and I hope this helped. Hello, my Aquarius sun and Aquarius rising. Today, we're going to go over the new moon in Taurus. What health message do you need to have? And we're going to be using the Chakra Goddess book, Oracle deck by the Divine Maven. I had a friend introduce me to her on Instagram. She was using these cards. I bought them direct from her. Her name is Jessica Hutto, Hutto. Probably saying your name wrong, Jessica. I'm sorry. Love her cards. So for you today, Aquarius, almost forgot who I was talking to. I'm almost at the end. I apologize. You had 2 pop out, right? So you had the crown chakra and the third eye chakra come out. So whatever's going on, you already know. You already know. So the first card that popped out was the Mystic archetype right here. You can see it. Intuitive sixth sense, see without seeing, right? And the second one was always supportive. So right there, help is always there. Your angels and guides are supporting you at all times. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever health habit you're trying to change, you feel alone. You're not alone. You need to call on your angels, spirits, guides. They're there to guide you and help you through whatever you're going through. And remember that when we're talking about health, we're not just talking about your physical health. We're talking about your spiritual health, your emotional health, your mental health. We're talking about it all. So whatever it is that you know that you need to do, because that's your sixth sense right here. You know something isn't right, Aquarius. And you need to believe it. You need to meditate. Excuse me. You need to meditate on it because intuitively you already know what it is. And I think intuitively you know what to do, but you don't believe it. You don't believe that you can get there. That's that kind of like seeing without, believing without seeing, excuse me. So whatever it is, you need to believe that you can get there. Like your belief in yourself needs to be like, move up that confidence. You can get there. You can do it. And you are not alone in whatever it is you're working towards. Just know that you need to just ask for support. You got to ask for help. That's where we're at. Whether you pray for it, you meditate on it, you go to bed and ask for a good dream about what to do, whether you journal about it, whatever it is that works and feels good for you, you already intuitively know what you need to do. You need to tap into that right there. You need to believe that you can do it. You're able to meet that goal and you just need to call and ask on help. You're not alone. Okay. So that is your message for this Taurus new moon. Thank you for being here and I hope you have a great day. All right, my Pisces, excuse my hair. My Pisces suns and risings. This is your health, what you need to do for continued growth in your health. For the Taurus new moon on May 19th, 2023, we're going to be using the Chakra Goddess cards, Oracle cards by the Divine Maven. AKA her name is Jessica Hutto, Hutto. Jessica, I really hope that I'm saying your name correctly. I was introduced to her on Instagram through a mutual friend. She was using these cards. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. So we will just go ahead and get right into it. So the card that I got for you, Pisces, was your root chakra. So shed light on your shadow. Old wounds are coming up to be released. We store trauma in our body. Our body has a memory, right? For instance, I used to talk about how I had angry hips because every time I would do yoga and it would be some type of hip stretch type of form or position, I would get really angry, like just mad. And so I used to say I have angry hips. Well, more and more stuff is coming out that we store trauma, anger, emotions in our body. And as women, we tend to store it like down in our root chakra because that's like our safety, how we feel safe. We store it in our hips, right? So that being said, you need to release it. You need to release some deep emotion, some old wound. And when I'm talking about health, I know that I'm a dietitian and nutrition is my thing, but as an intuitive card reader, this is emotions and this is your overall health, right? So our overall health isn't just nutrition. It isn't just physical. It's spiritual, emotional, mental. I mean, it's a big spectrum, right? Of what actual overall being healthy is. And for whatever reason, Pisces, you're holding on to something. There is an old wound in your body that's coming up and it's affecting your root chakra. You're not feeling safe, even though you are safe now. So you're out of the situation. You need to release it. You need to find a way. And the way that I'm hearing to release it is through hip rocking, not stretching. I'm not hearing the stretching. Don't stretch your hips, but I'm hearing you got to rock them. You know, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Instagram. There are people all over that will teach you how to release stored trauma in your hips and your body. And one of the ways is to literally just lay down with your face down and just rock your hips back and forth. Do that for a couple of minutes a day. See how you feel. Journal about it, whatever it is. I don't think you know what it is. I don't think that you recognize this wound, but it's bubbling up and it's coming out in other ways. So what part of your health, something, you know, it's really tough. You need to rock those hips out. And I think that you'll be able to release it, whether you know what it is or you don't. And that's going to help your overall emotional and mental well-being. So your message for this Taurus new moon is you got to release it. Whatever it is, whether you know what it is or not, although I get the feeling you don't know what old wound this is, but it's coming out in other ways, you got to release it. And hip rocking is what keeps coming to mind. So thank you for being here. And I hope that this was helpful.